they're like clogged drains. And what happens when we clear the gunk out, right? What comes through is vitality, right? It's new, fresh water. I think it's important that we talk about positive emotions, because positive emotions are something that we think we naturally want, and we do. We do crave all of these big emotions as part of our human experience: joy, connection, intimacy, relaxation. All of these are things that we deeply desire, and at the same time, they can be threatening to our nervous system if we're not used to them. If we've been repressing some of our emotions, then everything has been dialed down. We're not allowing emotional expression to come through. When we're suppressing or repressing our grief, our anger, our rage, that impacts our ability to feel, be aware of, interpret with accuracy all interoceptive signals, including joy, connection, and also to have the skills of modulation for relaxation and pleasure. Matt, would you talk to us a little bit about why positive emotions might be scary to a nervous system if we have some of these experiences?
Yeah, they can really be, mostly because they're unpredictable, right? It's like all the sayings that we have in our culture, like the devil you know versus the devil you don't. And, it's tough to know when it's safe to go into a positive emotion, because I don't know if right around the corner there's going to be some kind of backlash or some criticism. I might overstep and appear different than what my social circle is expecting. Or maybe I convince myself just it's possible things are too good to be true. So I might be afraid to express positive emotion or feel positive emotion, because what if my reality doesn't live up to that? What if things come crumbling down? So the ability to experience positive emotions, I think, is difficult because it can be hard to predict, but because some of the deeply held beliefs that can also get in the way, right? If I have critical self-perception or self-beliefs, like I'm going to screw this up, nothing ever works out for me, every other relation I've been in has always failed, like it's hard to trust or have faith that you're not going to end up in the same similar kind of hurting negative perspective or situation again. Like, things are going to be better this time. And your brain's going, really? I'm not sure I trust that. Like, things are happy now. Really? I don't know. So it almost runs completely counter to our brain's way of trying to protect us through a predictive process to just jump right into a positive emotion. It's really hard to let down our guard, to be vulnerable, and then have faith that things are not going to crumble out from beneath us when we start to feel those things.
I started applying minimum effective dose practices to emotions like joy and connection to make them safe too, because they also have charges in the body, and that unfamiliarity in the body causes threat for me. And so, for instance, I went to a wedding, and that's a joyful place, right? Lots of love, it's fun. But how much of that can I actually enjoy at a time from an internal landscape place that's not used to joy? So I just leave. I take time for myself. I take space to regulate, and I might come back in. I might even just decide to leave, right? And I give myself that opportunity, because when I think of the repressed emotions, they're like clogged drains. And what happens when we clear the gunk out, right? What comes through is vitality, right? It's new, fresh water running through the system, right? We know that memory holds water. Well, what about the memory in the body, the water in the body that's holding the memory? What about those imprints? It's new memory available within the cells, within the body. And I love that idea. I love the visual that it creates when I think about emotional surges. And it's really about the regulation that goes around any of the emotions that we're experiencing. Like, how can I hold this joy? And, I love tracing things back and thinking further back into them. Like, we talked about how did I get here and what happened before that? And Elisabeth mentioned something earlier about how your relationships can change. And my relationships really have changed. Almost all of them have changed.
You just watched an excerpt from our full Trauma Rewired episode. There's so much more to this conversation. If you're curious about how neuroscience and the nervous system shape your behavior, resilience, and growth, click the link below to watch the full episode. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights and tools to rewire your nervous system for lasting change.